What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GTB Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. Now, obviously, I'm wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey, rooting for the Packers today. Let me know what teams you guys are rooting for in the playoffs. Obviously, the Ravens aren't there. If they were there, obviously, I wouldn't be wearing this Packers jersey. But since they're not there, I'm pulling for the Packers. I love watching Aaron Rodgers play, but don't really love Aaron Rodgers the person. So, kind of a mixed feelings there. But I didn't know if I was going to make a video today. And then I kind of saw something on Twitter and I listened to the clips and things like that of what Ryan Mink was talking about. If you don't know Ryan Mink works for the Ravens. He's one of the beat writers. And he was on the Lounge podcast. He's talking with Garrett Downing and they're talking about Lamar Jackson's contract. And Ryan Mink was like, yeah, Lamar Jackson, I think, give him like Dak Prescott $40 million, right? And in a 4-year deal. And then he said, like, I wouldn't give him that Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes type money. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the things going on with Ryan Mink has been hardcore defending Greg Roman. And then he goes out there and says that Lamar Jackson doesn't deserve Josh Allen money. And the biggest thing that I need to point out, I can understand the take of someone saying Lamar Jackson doesn't deserve Patrick Mahomes money because Patrick Mahomes, I believe, is the best quarterback in the NFL. So if you want to make that claim and say Lamar doesn't deserve the money of the best quarterback in the NFL who's won an MVP, won a Super Bowl, that type of thing, whatever. I'm not going to fight you on that. I would disagree. I think I would still pay Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes level money. But Josh Allen, he's never made it to the Super Bowl. Now, obviously, that could change this year. But he hasn't won MVP. He hasn't made it to the Super Bowl. He's won 2 playoff games. So, overall, when you're looking at it, or I'm sorry, maybe he's won 3 playoff games. I honestly don't even know. I think it's 3 playoff games, actually. But, like, overall, it's like I think most people, when they're ranking quarterbacks, they're going to put Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson in just about the same tier. They have just about the same amount of accomplishments. I think Lamar Jackson having the MVP helps him. Josh Allen has a little bit more playoff success, kind of relatively close. I think Lamar's a little bit higher in the accolades and things like that, but I think they're right around the same area. When I do my quarterback rankings, I have Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen right next to each other every single time. I really do. I think they're just about the exact same level of player. And whether or not you guys agree with me or disagree with me on that, totally fine. But for someone to say, like, I wouldn't give Lamar Josh Allen money is ridiculous because Lamar Jackson is this entire team. The Baltimore Ravens are Lamar Jackson. Okay, we saw what happened when they did not have Lamar Jackson this year to end the year. They didn't win a game. And that's no slander towards Tyler Huntley. That's just showing how important Lamar Jackson is. Right? He won MVP for a reason, right? The year before that, the Ravens were 4-5. Then Lamar Jackson takes over as the starter, goes 6-1, takes him to the playoffs. Then he goes 14-2 that very next season. Then this year has his team in the number 1 seed. Then he gets hurt. Ravens can't win anymore. And all of a sudden they miss the playoffs. And that shows how important he is. You need him to be there. And if you have a quarterback that is that necessary for you to have success, you pay them the top dollar. Okay? Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. I like Dak Prescott. I am a fan of Dak Prescott. However, Dak Prescott misses a game. Andy Dalton can win it for him, right? I believe Andy Dalton did win a game this year, or a backup quarterback for Dallas, I do believe, did win a game this year. Like, it was like they're able to win without him because Dak doesn't mean as much to Dallas as Lamar does to Baltimore. And I don't think anyone's going to disagree with me on that. Dak has Ezekiel Elliott. He's got all these receiving weapons. He's got Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, like all these defensive players that can make big plays. So they can win without him. And that's why they pay him $40 million is they know, with him, they believe they're a contender and they're going to have success and they can get to the playoffs and make a splash. Now, haven't done that yet. They haven't made that splash yet, but, they've been in those positions because they're paying him good money for the player that he is. just under the Patrick Mahomes type of tier, which I think he can fit into that tier. But that type of tier is for players that aren't going to be the sole team, right? Patrick Mahomes, yeah, he's got some good weapons. But without Patrick Mahomes, they're nowhere near the Kansas City Chiefs. With Patrick Mahomes, they are instantly a contender. Instantly every single time. Without Patrick Mahomes, they're not a contender. And that's why they pay him that much money, is because he is the best. Josh Allen. Without Josh Allen, I would say that the Bills wouldn't be good. Josh Allen makes the Buffalo Bills a contender. So I think he deserves that Patrick Mahomes type of money, because without Josh Allen, they would have no chance. All right, they just wouldn't be anywhere close. Lamar Jackson is the exact same way. The Baltimore Ravens, without Lamar Jackson, aren't even close to being not even a contending team, but a team that you would think, oh yeah, they can make the playoffs. I wouldn't think that at all. I would not think this is a playoff team if they didn't have Lamar Jackson. And with Lamar Jackson, I don't think they're a playoff team. I think they're a contender. I think they're one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl when they have Lamar Jackson. Like, that's what I find so crazy about this idea that he doesn't deserve this kind of money. And some people may say, oh, he's coming off of injury. Oh, he's coming off of, oh, he's the whole stereotype of, oh, he's a mobile quarterback. Mobile quarterbacks get hurt. Do you guys not watch Josh Allen? Do you guys not understand that Josh Allen was the first player in NFL history to throw for 4,000 and rush for 750 yards? And mind you, Lamar Jackson was on pace for 4,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards prior to getting injured. But it's not like both. And Mahomes also moves. Mahomes is also a mobile guy. So it's not like they're saying, oh, yeah, these guys never get hurt. Patrick Mahomes has been hurt. Josh Allen, I don't know if he hasn't had anything ridiculous or anything like that, but I don't understand. Lamar Jackson is just like, oh, yeah, just don't pay him that high tier. When you watched this year, if Lamar Jackson had played the whole year and they didn't make the playoffs, I would be like, I would still disagree. I would still think he deserves Josh Allen money, but I'd be like, okay, whatever. But we got to see what the Baltimore Ravens were without Lamar Jackson this year for an extended period of time. It's one thing to miss a week, and it's just like, oh, whatever. 1 week we'll start the next guy. But to miss 6 games or whatever it was, and for the Ravens to struggle as much as they did, that shows how important he is. It shows that he deserves top dollar at the quarterback position in that top tier, the Patrick Mahomes tier, the Josh Allen tier, because those are the 2 highest paid guys. I don't think they're the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL, but those are the 2 highest paid. But let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about Ryan Mink's comments. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for Daily Ravens content, and I will see all of you potentially again tomorrow. It just depends. It's kind of busy, playoffs and stuff like that. But if there's Ravens news or something like that, I will definitely talk about it. But I will see all of you again